remind players, coaches, and spectators that pursuing victory with honor is about fair play and respect. Please cooperate in making this contest exemplary and in the finest tradition of interscholastic athletics. We also remind you that the officials here tonight are men and women who have been selected on the basis of their expertise, fairness, and integrity. Please treat them as they deserve. Thank you for your cooperation and support.
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Calvin?
Find your best car rental with Avis and Budget and save on pay now rates.
It's going to be a very exciting game tonight, a South Bay showdown between the Tartars and the Seahawks. These teams are familiar foes. They faced off 2 times last year. The first time, Torrance took the cake. The last time in the much more important first round of the Division 5 playoffs, Redondo won. What do you think Redondo can do to build off that victory last year and help start their season on the right foot? It was a great win for Torrance last week, a 41-28 victory for the Tartars against a tough Mustangs team. They just dominated on offense, did their job on defense, led by their star running back, Von Reinert. The senior had over 200 total yards, over 100 receiving, and over 100 rushing. The Seahawks now come on the field. They're going to start off on defense, Torrance on offense, and we'll get a look at this Tartars offense to start off the game. Also, for the Tartars, they have a star quarterback in Gibson Turner. Gibson Turner, 25 touchdowns last year. He's a guy to watch for the Tartars, along with their star running back, Reiner.
Number 1, Ashton Bradley. Along with 32, Sonny Gomez, deep for the Tartars. Bryson Fowler to kick off. Bradley with the return.
Very exciting as this Seahawk defense gets out on the field. It was a great showing for them last week against El Segundo. No points allowed against an explosive El Segundo offense.
So Torrance out on the field. Quarterback Gibson Turner will start the game from the shotgun. You see number 22, Von Reiner. The game plan is to get him the ball. For the Seahawks, I imagine the game plan is to stack the box. So you're going to see the Seahawks, looks like 4 people in the secondary moving up, as that one's a play fake and a big hit from Westbrook to start it off.
Oh my goodness, Kyle Westbrook bringing the boom to get this game going. He is an absolute monster for the Seahawks defense. He'll make a big splash tonight.
So a 2-yard gain on first down for Torrance, but the momentum really goes to the Seahawks, huh, Simon?
It really does after that big first play, and that's going to be very effective against this Tartars offense.
Absolutely. We talked about momentum being a key to the game for the Seahawks. They are making their home debut. This student section is award-winning, the Flock winning 2 years in a row. And so right now, the Seahawks are going to look to ride that momentum, and that's a strong start as we approach second down here in the shotgun. 3 receivers down low for Torrance, and a flag comes out on the play. Let's see what we got here, Simon.
And there can only be one reason why that happened for the Tartars. This large crowd here at the Seahawk Bowl throwing off the Tartars offense, making it hard for this offense to communicate in the tense situation.
Yeah, the delay of game penalty called here, and now the Seahawks really in good shape here on defense as we approach 2nd and 13. 5 yards back here. Gibson Turner from the shotgun. Some motion from Isaac Mora. He's looking in that direction. A QB hit, and that ball hits the ground. His intended target, Kyle Mugford, but excellent pressure there by the Seahawks.
A great job by the Seahawks pass rush on that play right there. You saw several defenders rushing Turner, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight, led by those linebackers in the middle, Michael Mack and Cooper Burns.
Now a big third down here on the opening drive. Dropping back to pass is Turner. Turner, a dart down the middle, and a big drop from Ashton Bradley. He had a big game in his first game, 98 yards and 1 touchdown. Uncharacteristic there. He dropped what looked like an easy one, Simon.
That was a big mistake for the Tartars. Already, now they're going to have a 3 and out when it could have been a first down right there. That Torrance receiver is really going to want that one back.
Absolutely, and now back on the return is Westbrook. We know he can be dangerous. He has speed, and he's already made an impact play this game. Let's see what he can do here. Punt is away, and there's nothing on that. Takes a short bounce, and the Seahawks will get the ball just outside of the red zone. What a start here for the Seahawks.
That did take a Tartar bounce at the end, but still, it was a shanked punt by Luke Bettino. The Redondo's going to look to take advantage of that lucky break right there with favorable field position, and we'll see what they can do on their first time out offensively.
Leading the offense out is junior quarterback Brady Groh. Likely going in the shotgun with him is number 7, Rocky Martinez. Looks like they will line up in the pistol instead. Handing the ball off, here comes Rocky Martinez as he is wrestled down after no gain.
And up to number 7, Rocky Martinez. Tackled by number 9, Joseph Suazo. No gain on the play. Second.
On second down now, the Redondo Union Seahawks with 10 minutes to go here in this first quarter will look to make a little bit more of an impact on that. Likely trying to set up a manageable third down from the shotgun. It looks like a motion coming, and it will be a touch pass. Number 16 down the outside, tumbling down after a solid pickup. That was Landon Madison, the sophomore, getting his first touch of the game.
Is that the brother of former Seahawk basketball star S.J. Madison? Because if he is, he was born into a very athletically gifted family.
Excellent play there by the Seahawks. He had some speed, and the Seahawks looked like they had that planned out. Looking at game plan that speed, and it worked out perfectly there, getting him into some open space on the outside. Now from the pistol again. One-on-one coverage, it looks like up top. Keep an eye out for Tyler Harper up top. The handoff will go to Rocky Martinez, and Rocky Martinez will be just shy of the first down. Looks to be 4th and 2.
Rocky Martinez with a bit of a slow start to start off this game on the ground. As you remember, if you tuned in last week, Martinez had a big game with over 70 rushing yards along with the touchdown.
Absolutely. The Seahawks have a lot of trust in the Tartars have a lot of trust in their secondary, and it shows with this blitz here, but some motion on the defensive line. Looks like the Seahawks will get bailed out here on that 4th down.
A very lucky break once again. Torrance has been making some mistakes to start off this game, and the Seahawks need to take advantage of these if they want to win this game, especially how good Torrance looked last week versus Costa. Costa usually one of the top teams in the Bay League, but Torrance made them look the polar opposite in that 41-28 win. A struggle for Torrance last week, though, was containing quarterback Wyatt Nucci. Nucci was 17 for 22 against this Torrance defense. He also had 75 rushing yards. And we've got a timeout. It looks like this one is going to come from the Redondo side. They want to look things over early in this first quarter, 8:26 to go. Redondo's offense has struggled a little bit, especially that run game, which has looked great to start off this year. Against El Segundo, Rocky Martinez had a very good game. Brady Groh didn't really get into the fun, though, just 5 carries for 15 yards.
Grocery outlet market, where you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh.
So the Seahawks taking that timeout, they will look to come up with a new plan here on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. This is a golden opportunity for the Seahawks. Sun hasn't even set yet, and they have an opportunity to score. 8:26 to go here in the first quarter. From the shotgun now, Groh. Some motion once more, and looking to throw now. He'll swing it out to Martinez. Martinez looking to put on a move. Will gain maybe 4 or 5 on that play. A moderate pickup on 1st down.
Martinez is a guy who wasn't really involved in this receiving game for Redondo last week. He made most of his impact on the ground, but right now, the way this offense is looking, the passing game has already been established, but now we'll see if they can maybe get this run game going as well. And how do you think that can happen for this Seahawk offense?
That's a good question, and I think that right now, Seahawk offense just needs to diversify their play calling right now. They need to establish the pass before they can set up the run and other plays. Right now, on 2nd and medium, they have lots of options, and they will look to establish the pass. Down the outside, he's got Harper for the touchdown.
A great job by the Redondo offense right there, exploiting that shaky pass defense as Tyler Harper, the star receiver for the Seahawks, strikes first. A 6-0 game. He has done very good against Torrance. Both times last year, he had over 100 receiving yards, and he's a guy you should expect to see a lot more of today.
Absolutely. Last year, he led the Seahawks in touchdown receptions. Making his mark on this one, he's already got one as the Seahawks draw first blood. They look to make it 7-0 as Fowler will look to kick this one through the uprights. Fowler boots it, and 7-0 is the score as this student section is electric right now.
A great job by the Seahawks on that drive, taking advantage of those Torrance mistakes that helped them get downfield, and they ended off with a nice passing touchdown.
As we take a look at that replay on the touchdown, Harper just finding that open space and Grow on his first real pass, easily finding him for that pitch and catch. That connection has been good the entire time we have seen these two together, both in Grow's starts last year when the starter was injured, and these first two games of the season. And now the Seahawks look to kick it back after their defense has some wind in their sails. They got the stop they needed last drive. Fowler sends the ball into the back end zone for a touchback. Excellent work by this kickoff team, who was pretty solid last week against El Segundo. This kickoff team got lots of short stops as well as the punt return team getting a touchdown. So I would say the special teams is a strong point for Redondo. Would you agree, Simon?
Yes, I agree. Redondo, they've done a nice job on the kickoff coverage. And now they'll look to stop this Torrance offense once again. They already looked very good, this Redondo defense, on their first drive.
Yeah, this Torrance offense has to find something new. They got to get the ball into Reinhardt's hands with space as they do the handoff here, and he's immediately enveloped. Good play calling by Coach Keith Ellison. And Simon, do you think the fact that Coach Keith Ellison was an NFL linebacker has to do with how well these linebackers have been getting through so far this game for the Seahawks?
It really does. That experience from Coach Ellison helps them. It really helps them with their defensive technique, what they do on the defensive side of the ball. Similar to Coach Raymond Carter for Torrance, he was also a former standout, a D1 player at UCLA and Colorado State, and then he went on to be an undrafted free agent in the NFL.
Absolutely, some experience on both sides here. So far, Coach Ellison winning the coaching duel. Way too early to tell how this one will shake out, however, as we get a timeout charged to Torrance.
Another time we see confusion on the Torrance side of the ball with play calls. And it really could be because of this gigantic crowd in Redondo's first home game of the year. But what do you expect to see from Torrance when they come back out offensively?
Local Smile Company, pediatric dentists who specialize in happy smiles for infants, children, and teens in a relaxing and friendly environment.
As we get set, 2nd and 12. Turner from the shotgun. Looks like zone defense here from the Seahawks. And it will be that case. That one is a hit stick from the Seahawks. The ball was caught there by Isaac Mora, but he bobbled it a little bit, giving the Seahawks a time to get downhill and truck him.
Guess who? Once again, it's Westbrook for the Seahawks defense. His second gigantic hit today. He's been making an impact early, and they'll need a lot more of him today if they want to keep up with this tough Torrance team. Early, they've been doing a great job.
One of the lighter players on this team, Westbrook at 167 pounds, still is making his presence felt as we see the 4-3 setup from the Seahawks. Off of the draw, Reinhardt finding some open space. He will fall forwards and potentially make it a manageable 4th down for the Torrance Tartars. Looked like he was engulfed, but it tells you a lot about the trust the Torrance Tartars have in their running back to run it on 3rd and long as an attempt to get the 1st down.
And if I'm Torrance, I also have a lot of trust in Von Reinhardt. Last week, he averaged over 6.4 yards per carry, over 100 yards. He's the heart and soul of this Torrance offense. You're going to see a lot more of him tonight.
So let me ask you this, Simon. Would you go for this inside the red zone?
With how this Torrance offense looked last week against Costa, I probably would. Let's see what happens.
As the ball is snapped, the handoff goes. Meeting him in the pile are the Seahawks. It's going to be close. Looks like Reinhardt has enough by the spot. And the referees agree.
A great job by the Seahawks right there. A gargantuan stop on this Torrance offense. They are a really hard team to get off the field, but right there, the Seahawks made it look easy. Excuse me, it was a 1st down for Torrance. Bit of confusion as it looked like he wasn't at the sticks after that run, but here comes Torrance once again offensively.
From the pistol, Turner will hand it off once more. Reinhardt looking to break a tackle, but he is met in the backfield again. A slew of Seahawks in there on the stop, including number 66, Connor Riley, wrapping his legs.
Another nice stop by the Seahawks defense, and it's especially impressive on Von Reinhardt. They've been bottling him up almost every single run he's had today. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, we know that unit on these long situations, the Tartars still are comfortable running the ball, so Seahawks really can't get comfortable with any sort of coverage. They have to be able to adjust. And right here, they blitz. Screen pass goes to Mora, and Mora is instantly wrapped up. Good coverage by the Seahawks.
That was a great job by the Seahawks, especially as Torrance is now resorting to the passing game with their running game not working. And that's one of their favorite things to do offensively, screen passes just like that. That's the bread and butter of their passing game right there.
3:40 to go here as a 3rd and even longer, 3rd and 15 it appears, faces these Tartars. 3 receivers high, 1 low as from the shotgun. Turner launches down the outside, pass is bobbled but completed. That was Ashton Bradley on the catch, and that will make it 4th and medium.
A nice job by Nathan Horta of the Seahawks. He was locked in on the Torrance receiver right there and got there quickly to make the hit and maybe save a 1st down right there. If the Torrance receiver had a cushion, that could have definitely been a 1st down. And guess what? For the 2nd time this drive, the Torrance offense is going to stay on the field. What do you think Torrance is going to go to right here?
Yeah, definitely you can't rule out the run as they have a lot of trust in their running back. But this time, rolling out wide is Turner. Turner decked as that pass is launched, and it's completed. Hard to tell. How did he get that one off? Looks like a roughing the passer is called as Michael Mack, the senior linebacker, absolutely decked Turner on that completion. Excellent play by Turner. Incredible play by the wide receiver to come down with that ball. And the Tartars convert plus more, it looks like.
That was a gorgeous throw by Turner on the rollout. It doesn't matter. He still completed it to his wideout. But still, it was a nice job by Redondo with the pressure. But not much you can do in a situation like that right there. And that shows you why Turner is such a good quarterback. Turner had a nice showing last week against Costa. And the way he's looking to start off this game, he might have another nice game in store. Now with the passing game established for Torrance, we'll see if they want to go back to Reinert, who's struggled to get anything on this Redondo defense to start off the game.
Yeah, even with the contact he's faced in the backfield, he has been able to shed tackles. The Seahawks' second level has been doing a good job to contain him. I imagine they will try to establish him again early in this game. Blitz comes from the Seahawks as Reinert gets the ball, makes a guy miss. Can't quite split the pile, and he gains about 3 on that carry.
And just like that, you saw the ball carrier skills of Reinert, but another nice job by the Seahawk defense. And now, with Torrance, they have the ball inside the 30-yard line. What could they do here?
Michael Mack along with 11, Cooper Burns. Gain of 4, second down.
As a solid pickup for Torrance on that first down. That was more than I initially thought. That was almost 5 on the carry for Reinert, setting them up nicely. They have a lot of options here, and they will opt to give it back to Reinert. Reinert bouncing to the outside, has enough for the first as he tumbles down inside the 20-yard line.
That's what Von Reinert does. When you run the ball like that, if you're the Seahawk defense, you cannot do that much. That is one of the first times we've seen Von Reinert get loose like that.
And as we're inside the red zone, inside a minute 45 here in this first quarter, we got to recognize that they're going to keep giving it to Reinert, who had 3 touchdowns last game. They won't fix what isn't broken, so they're going to keep giving it to him, likely, which is why the Seahawks look like they're playing one-on-one coverage. They shift to a zone look as a pass comes here. That pass is completed for a touchdown. That was Isaac Mora beating his defender, Nathan Horta, in coverage there. Nathan Horta trying to make a play on the ball, but solid hands from Mora keeps it secure, and he gets into the end zone, looking to tie the game off this extra point.
And just like that, Torrance's offense has shown up. The star of the drive right there, obviously Gibson Turner, with some great passes. Von Reinert, near the end of that drive, also had some nice running lanes. Scary for this Redondo defense, seeing that the Torrance offense looked good like that, and now they've tied it up.
No, it looks like that one was no good. I thought the same, Simon, but the referees have the best view in the house. That one is no good, and Redondo keeps their 1-point lead as we take another look at that touchdown. Look at the separation. Doesn't look like much, but that is enough at this level to be in the end zone at every time that happens. Excellent job by Mora to secure that as he tumbled. And that was a score for Torrance. Now back to return are the Seahawks.
Mora to kick it away. Excuse me, on the kick right there, it was Faruda, the sophomore kicker. Had a lot of showings last week, 6 PAT attempts. He was 4 for 6, so that might be a weakness for Torrance. And that was a very lucky break for Redondo as they do not give up the lead because Faruda did miss that PAT. Now he'll kick it away, and we'll see what the Seahawks can do, their 3rd timeout offensively.
Yeah, one thing we know about the Seahawks is that they have speed. And so let's see what they can do off of this return. Kick does not go far. Fielded by the Seahawks, looking for a hole. Taking a heavy hit down the middle are the Seahawks. But that was number 16, Landon Madison, with his 2nd touch of the game. And he takes that one just shy of the 35-yard line. How would you draw this one up if you were Coach Keith Ellison?
If I'm Coach Keith Ellison, probably just stick to what they've been doing best today, and that's the passing game. Brady Groh has looked very good early in this one. And now another big question for the Seahawks. Can they also get Rocky Martinez established? He's struggled to start off this game, but if he gets going as well, it's going to be a long day for this Torrance defense.
Well, it looks like you called it, Simon, as they get Martinez the ball. Martinez following his blockers. He was behind Harper there, looking for a hole. A big hole doesn't open up, but he pushed forwards for a solid pickup on first down, 2nd and 2 here. And Seahawks really have a lot of options here. On 2nd and short, you can choose to take a shot here because you know you have 3rd down to still try to get the yardage.
And that's a pretty viable option. Brady Grow has a very strong arm. We saw it on a 60-yard passing touchdown last week to Tyler Harper. Maybe we could see it again today.
He's also got some legs, and he'll use it right here, diving forwards for a first down. That's likely to be the last play of the quarter as there's 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. Let's see if the Seahawks decide to run one more play. They're rolling right now as they picked up a first here on that first set of downs, but Grow calls them back to the sideline. So Simon, we are here. 15 minutes of play has elapsed. Score is 7-6. What do you make of it so far?
I've liked what I've seen from the Seahawks to start off this game. Like I told you going into this one, Torrance had a lot of momentum, but still the Seahawks have looked great, and they have outscored Torrance even if it was after that lucky break from the missed PAT. They still are up 7-6, and they're in a good spot as we are going to start this second quarter. The Seahawks still do have some things to improve on. You saw the defense crumble on that last drive by Torrance as they really did get the offense into the game. We saw nice runs by Von Reinert. We also saw some great passes by Gibson Turner. But the focus will turn onto the Seahawk offense. It was a great first couple of plays for the Seahawks on offense to start off the drive. And now they'll try to continue as this second quarter is going to start. Already Brady Grows look good. Rocky Martinez only with a couple of solid runs. And with the level of how good this O-line is, they'll really try and establish that run game. Pretty impressive by Torrance that they've been resisting.
Absolutely, including this run play as Martinez runs into a brick wall. That play was over before it began as the line caved in directly to where Martinez was trying to run to, and not much success there for the Seahawks as they look to make it up on 2nd and 12. What did you see that went wrong for the offensive line there, Simon?
It's just Torrance sent the house right there. And guess who was the first man to get a hit on Rocky Martinez? Von Reinert. Reinert also makes an impact on defense as a man is down for Torrance, an offensive lineman. But to my note, Von Reinert with 60 tackles last year. He can do it all for this Tartars team.
Yeah, someone down for the Seahawks here as he'll get some medical attention. Seahawks were rolling before the end of that quarter, but they stagnated on that recent play. They'll look to get back to it here, and I'm curious to see if they will let Brady Grow use his arms. The only time we've seen that was the 20-yard touchdown, so I'm curious to see if that's what Coach Keith Ellison goes back to. We've seen his legs as well, and let's see if he makes Grow a game breaker.
And he really has had a small sample size to start off this game. It'll definitely be a great opportunity on this drive to use Grow's arm. We've seen he has a lot of capabilities throwing the football. He looked great on that first drive, hasn't had too much on this drive, so they could really use it right here.
Following the Seahawks injury, they come out a receiver high and a receiver low here. Good protection there for Grow. He fires a strike down the outside. That's Harper slipping in near the first down marker. Not quite there. That connection is gold once again.
It looks like we're in for a show from Tyler Harper today after another nice reception by him. But the reason that pass was completed, a great job by the Redondo offensive line protecting Brady Grow.
Yeah, it looks like they had two running backs in the backfield, specifically so that one running back could go out for the pass and they could still have good protection for Grow there. This time, there's only one running back in the backfield, and that is Martinez. from the shotgun, we get some whistles. Timeout taken by Redondo. Looks like they did not expect the blitz that Torrance showed right towards the end, and they bailed right there.
I think that was a great decision by the Redondo coaching staff to call a timeout. In that situation, Redondo didn't have much of a chance of converting that third down. Why not call the timeout and also maybe take a break on offense to start off this second quarter and see where they're at right now. It's going to be a 3rd and 3 coming up, and it's a pivotal play as well. Redondo trying to get some more momentum. They already have the small lead, but can they get some more right here? It'll start with converting this third down.
If I had to guess what would have happened on that last play, if they hadn't called the timeout, they would have ran it right into an 8-man blitz. So right there, a smart decision by the coaches of Redondo to bail on that play. And now, knowing the look that Torrance wants to bring, let's see if Redondo will adjust or still show the same setup. They still show that shotgun with receivers on either side. This time, it looks like a passing opportunity. Play action, pass down the middle. That's completed as a hard hit takes Harper down, but that is good enough for a first down. And that Seahawks connection between Groh and Harper is continuing to progress in this game. Another solid pitch and catch right there.
This Groh-Harper connection just keeps moving the Seahawk offense downfield as this game goes on. And that was a very important third down conversion. You can credit it to those two. Tyler Harper, as I told you, with those 2 big games against Torrance last week, this one's also looking great. Now maybe we'll see some more Brady Groh right here.
Here on first down, 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Groh's gonna play fake and take a hard sack. No, he stays on his feet for a little bit longer before he goes down. Solid strength by Groh right there, but he got decked on that play. That was number 29, Jacob Christian, the outside linebacker in there on that sack. What'd you see there, Simon? A little bit of a stunt there by the defensive line?
That was a great job by the Torrance defensive line. And I believe that was Redondo's first sack allowed all year. No sacks allowed versus El Segundo. And Torrance last week versus Costa had 9 sacks against that Mustang offensive line. They're impressive up front.
Absolutely, and then you add that secondary that they sometimes bring for blitzes as they did on that last play. They really disguise those blitzes well, and so far on this drive, Redondo has had to navigate through that. As a flag is down here in the secondary, let's see what they got. Could be delay of game here on the Seahawks. And that is what it will be, so that'll take them to second and a mile away.
5-yard penalty, remains second down.
So another timeout here. And here they go once again on offense. They've advanced the ball past midfield, but could they turn this into a successful drive? We'll see.
From the pistol now, let's see if the Seahawks go aggressive or if they will play this more passively. The handoff goes to Martinez. He finds a hole, shifting through some defenders. That brings up 3rd and about 12. Over a 10-yard gain there from Rocky Martinez off the draw there.
And we have a Redondo offensive lineman shaken up. Not so good for the Seahawk offensive line. They looked great last week, but already if some of their offensive linemen are maybe getting hurt out there, it's not going to be good against this Torrance defensive line, who already is very good. Seahawks have the ball inside the 40.
As it looks like timeout is charged. Now it looks like something else is up. It does not look like they will charge a timeout. Some miscommunication from the referees. And the offense has to stay back on the field. Seahawks from the shotgun. See, as the clock gives out right here, lots of miscommunication right now between the teams. as technical difficulties is going on here in the stadium.
Yeah, a lot of confusion, and now the scoreboard is out, so that'll be a timeout in play. Hopefully it'll benefit the Seahawks. And another third down coming up right here, so maybe a timely outage of the scoreboard. And it looks like they'll just continue play even with the scoreboard out. What do you think is going to happen right here on 3rd and short for the Seahawks?
It's actually 3rd and long. That's the line of scrimmage they're trying to get back to. But yeah, that is definitely a very unique situation the Seahawks find themselves in right now. I think the Seahawks will try to air it out. I'm not sure if they've even had an incomplete pass this game. That connection has been good. So I imagine they will give Brady Grow a chance to make a play right here as the scoreboard gets back underway. 8:58 here, but both sides will get a break regardless as they make sure the scoreboard is working.
So Redondo now with an official timeout, and they'll get to talk things over on the sideline and see what they want to do on this 3rd and long. Already we've seen a few 3rd down conversions from the Seahawks today. As you remember, on that last 3rd down conversion, it was that Brady Grow to Tyler Harper throw. Maybe they'll just go to Tyler Harper once again, the way Brady Grow's been looking throwing the football and the performance that Tyler Harper's had already. Expect to see that right here because it's probably going to be a pass in the situation they're in. What do you think, Kavan?
Absolutely, I would expect a pass, but you got to recognize that here in high school football, a big element is the element of surprise, and we've already seen, for the Tartars at least, that they are willing to run it on 3rd and long, especially since they're willing to use 4 downs. And so, while I still would expect the pass, don't rule out the Seahawks trying to get Rocky Martinez in space with a play like a draw or a quick throw, a swing pass out to him. I expect Coach Ellison to get a little creative here and try to get the ball in the hands of one of his playmakers.
That would be an interesting play call if they did run it right here. It would shock the Torrance defense as the timeout break is going to continue. A lot of things could happen here on this 3rd and 13. They could give the ball to Martinez. They could do what is expected and throw the football. And that might be a good option on this Torrance pass defense. As I told you, they struggled last week against Costa and Wyatt Nucci.
As we get set for play to resume, we're going to send it down to the field with Matthew Crawford. Thanks for that, and we are back underway as the technical difficulties look to be remedied. Showing blitzes Torrance, but they back out of it. They go back to the blitz as QB draw for Grow. Grow has some wheels. Grow breaks a tackle, and he's in to the end zone for a touchdown. What a play by Brady Grow off of the quarterback scramble.
Whoever made that play call for Redondo deserves a big congratulations. That was genius right there, as they knew that Torrance would probably... expect that pass from Redondo, so they ran it with Brady Grow, who has proven wheels, and the rest was history right there. Redondo adds to their lead. It could be an 8-point game with the PAT right here.
Absolutely, they got that on that blitz. The defensive lineman got out of position, and Grow made them pay as Fowler tacks another onto this lead. It's now 14-6. We'll take another look at that replay as Grow's going to get downhill. He basically has to break one tackle, but he's virtually untouched the entire way until he gets tackled into the end zone.
And that's the first time Brady Groves popped a big run like that this year. He only had 15 rushing yards against El Segundo, so he probably dwarfed his total before that in rushing. That one was over 30 yards, right? A very big run from Brady Groves in a very timely situation.
Yeah, seemingly out of nowhere right now, or right there on that play. Seahawks looked to be going for a relatively short pass trying to gain the sticks. That's what I would have predicted, but Seahawks turn that assumption on its head and get the touchdown off a QB scramble. It's a short onside kick. Here the Seahawks recover. What did I just witness?
The Seahawks strike again. A very big surprise right there, following up the surprise run from Brady Groves. This time they do it on the special teams, and they'll take over in Torrance territory.
The only thing that told me that was intentional was the kicker, Bryson Fowler's reaction to that. He was hyped up for that. What a fake kick. It looked completely like a shanked kick, but it landed perfectly for the Seahawks to run down, and they get the ball back with 8:48 to go here in this first half. Huge possession from the Seahawks, and now they get another.
That was a very pleasant surprise, Kevon. And now the Seahawks operate inside the 40. They look great offensively on that last drive, that long Brady Groves run. But after that, it wasn't too much from the Seahawk offense. We'll see if they can change that on this drive.
As we get a shift in formation, Groves looking to make something happen. He'll snap the ball, rolling right, looking for a target. He's looking deep. That one is picked off by the Tartars. Tartars get possession right back. Down the outside, tackle there from Martinez. But a big play made by Colin Tucker, who had an interception last year as well.
A nice job by the senior defensive back of Torrance right there, quieting down all that momentum that Redondo had after those two big breaks. Torrance quickly has the ball back, and now it's still a one-score game. They have not been on the offensive side in a while, but the power that this offense has, they could definitely do something here. And what does the Seahawks defense need to be aware of in this situation?
Yeah, well, right now the Seahawks had momentum and it was abruptly killed. So right now I expect them to be going full swagger, trying to hit stick, trying to make big plays here right now. So they're going to be aggressive. They got to still keep their discipline, but they are going to be looking to get the crowd back into it after the flock was abruptly silenced on that interception. Showing 4 on the line here, but a blitz from the linebacker and a play fake there. Throw down the outside, slicing and dicing is that Torrance wide receiver. That was Anthony Velasquez who picked that one up, but didn't quite find too much space, but solid first down pickup as we see that replay. 2nd and 5.
Anthony Velasquez with the crafty run after the catch. And Torrance has a lot of guys like that. That's something that they'll do a lot more tonight. And maybe they'll go to the ground game for the first time this drive here.
You're absolutely right with that prediction as Reinhardt somehow makes a guy miss, but it looks like a fumble on the play. Seahawks pointing in their direction. And it appears that it will be Seahawks football as Reinhardt makes an uncharacteristic mistake and the Seahawks pounce.
Number 77, Adrian Tremblay coming up with that fumble. Turns the ball back over to the Seahawks. At the Torrance 48.
Go away from passing plays completely and lose confidence after that interception. Good move by Martinez. A little subtlety there as we're going to take a look at that replay. But he's going to switch the ball from his right hand to his, or excuse me, from his left hand to his right hand so he can better make that move. That was a sublime play by Martinez, who as a junior is playing like a seasoned veteran.
When Rocky Martinez is good today, he's been great. Just like right there, when the offensive line has been helping him, he's been looking great in space. So maybe they'll just give it to him some more on this drive. Already they have the ball inside the 40-yard line. Brady Gross also looked great in the early stages of this game.
Seahawks get it 1st and 10 after that solid pickup from Martinez. Martinez still in the backfield. He will get the carry, finding a little hole, slicing his way through. He is down after another solid pickup. Looks like he got 8 on that carry.
And right there, Rocky Martinez just did a great job carving out space. He didn't have a lot as he just squeaked through that tiny hole. And plays like that, Redondo will happily take, trying to move it downfield, trying to make this a 2-score game. We're just about halfway through this second quarter, and maybe the Seahawks can end it off on a very good note, giving themselves the momentum in this game before halftime.
Absolutely. 6 minutes left in here. We knew that Martinez was going to be the mule of this game, but he has handled that workload well, and we'll see if he gets it once again. The box is stacked for Torrance. Still goes to Martinez, and he finds some daylight down the right side of the field, breaking another tackle. He's chopped down inside the 10-yard line. What a play by Martinez. Let's take another look at that one.
This has been the Rocky Martinez drive for the Seahawks. We have not seen him get loose like this all game, and he has now powered the Seahawks inside the 10. And now they are knocking on the doorsteps of the end zone, trying to make it a 2-score game.
Martinez there on the carry, breaking through a tackle. No whistle down, and that looks like a touchdown for the Seahawks. Looked like his momentum was stopped, but that kid does not quit.
This junior is ridiculous. How did he keep his balance right there as he was facing so much opposition from the Torrance defense? Somehow, some way, he found his way into the end zone, and he gives Torrance this big lead. Late in this second quarter, Redondo will happily take it. And they've had a great start to this game, even better after Rocky Martinez's second touchdown of the year.
Absolutely everything going right for Redondo so far. And one more thing does, as the extra point sails good and true. Seahawks 21-6 right now. What a start for the Seahawks. Excellent work by them to really just establish themselves this game. They're gaining turnovers, especially on that onside kick. I've been calling high school sports for 3 years, and I've never seen that play right there. What a play by the Seahawks on that other kickoff. And they really, even though they threw the interception, they bounced back. So Seahawks, despite adversity, are showing that they can be a great team here in this league, taking a 2-score lead over Torrance.
And the Seahawks looking like they're well on their way to getting their second consecutive win against Torrance. Even though these teams aren't in the same league anymore, Torrance still with this big lead. And now they'll give the ball back to Torrance. We'll see what the Seahawks can do defensively.
Kickoff is away, and it's a shorter one. It's dropped again. Bobble again. Let's see who is at the bottom of that dog pile. Hard to tell. Torrance signaling it's them. But the Seahawks have identified a weak spot, it looks like. Looks like they're doing shorter kicks over to that side and absolutely pounding whoever gets the ball. Have you ever seen special teams game planning quite like this, Simon?
I've never ever seen it in high school football just like this, and it is absolutely genius by the Seahawks coaching staff, trying to take advantage in the special teams game just like this. And they almost got the ball back right there, just like they did on the last kickoff. But now we'll turn our attention to the Torrance offense, and we'll see if they can make a splash in the later stages of the second quarter. How could the Torrance offense do it right here?
5:40 to go here in this first half still, as from the shotgun. Turner play fakes it, and that ball is nearly picked off. number 3 right there, Tyler Sellis, just couldn't get his eyes on the ball off of the play fake quick enough to react to pick that one off. But that was a dangerous play for the Tartars.
That really was. Nearly intercepted, and it was a great effort by the Seahawk defender as well. Nice pass coverage by the Seahawks. We saw a lot of that last week as well against El Segundo's star quarterback, Ryan Wiacek. So you already know this Seahawk defense is very good at containing quarterbacks.
Absolutely, as the Seahawks show blitz, little stunt ran by the Seahawks. They're trying to get through as the ball is thrown deep. That one is much too far for the intended receiver. He was trying to hit Isaac Mora, who already has a score on the game. Couldn't find him for another, but he did have separation there, didn't he, Isaac?
It is evident that Von Reinert is out of rhythm now as he overshot his man right there, and he also had a dangerous pass on the play before that. So it'll set up a 3rd and long where the Seahawks definitely have the edge over the Tartars. Do you think the same as me right here?
Absolutely, I definitely agree. And the Seahawks here on 3rd and 10, looking to get to the quarterback, pressures him, but that one falls incomplete. They get a QB hit on the play as that pass sails down the middle. Good coverage there. Have you liked the way the Seahawks have used zone coverage so far, Simon?
It's been great from these Seahawks. Time and time again, we've seen them locking down these Torrance receivers. And once again, they force this Torrance offense off the field quickly. It's pretty crazy when you remember that they had 41 points against Miracosta last week. That's a tough team. And the Seahawks are rivaling this Miracosta team. And they're looking much better than Costa did against Torrance last week.
Absolutely. As a timeout is taken by Torrance here. Do you think they're going to punt here? It is 4th and 10 from their own end with 5:36 to go.
I think they will right here. It is some very risky business if they want to go for it, especially on a 4th and long. That would be what I would call a horrible decision from the Torrance coaching staff. So we'll probably see them bust out their punter again. And it looks like that will be the case. We have 5:36 to go in this second quarter. The Seahawks with a lot of momentum. They've been doing so many things right in this first half. But you have to remember that this Torrance team can get it going at any moment. The 74th best team in the state of California. They are evidently very good. But we will have to wait on this offense giving it away. Back to return for the Seahawks, Kyle Westbrook. He has not made a splash in the return game today. We'll see if he can right here. He fields it on the hop. Here goes Kyle Westbrook to the outside. Kyle Westbrook quickly tripped up by number 5 of Torrance. That was a nice stop there by the Torrance special teamer. Here comes this Seahawk offense once again. They've already looked very good today. They've been a little bit quiet after their 3rd score of the day. But we'll see if they can continue with their foot on the gas right here.
Yeah, that was Axel Martinez there on the stop. An excellent ankle tackle right there by the Tartars, who were able to get Westbrook down. We know once he gets some speed, he's hard to stop, so they did a good job containing him. But now with time to work, 5:26 here, grow in this offense in the pistol, looking to do some damage. Blitz shown by the Tartars, and the ball will be handed off. Martinez finds a hole again. Gets wrestled down at the far side 45-yard line, but an excellent job by this Seahawks O-line. Looks like Seth Sullivan there in that B gap, creating the room for Martinez to get that solid 9-yard gain.
When you've got this Redondo offense in the zone and Rocky Martinez playing like he is right now, anything is possible for this Seahawk offense. Also, Brady Groh is in his element. It is an ideal situation for the Seahawks. They also have the ball at the 45-yard line of Torrance.
Blitz here from the Tartars. Martinez is met early, but he's just pushing it right through. Excellent work by Martinez on the second win there after contact, getting that first down.
That's the first time in a while we've seen Rocky Martinez be limited to under, 8 yards? He's just done a great job in this second quarter. He's definitely been the Seahawks' most impactful player. He still did get the first down there for Redondo, so definitely a win.
Yeah, the Seahawks and Martinez have been in rhythm so far. Pretty consistent on these drives. Let's see how they go attack here on 1st and 10. Handoff once more. Martinez getting some speed. Spins off a defender. Another stiff arm. Strength from the junior, and they can't hold him down. Martinez out of bounds after a solid pickup. That's a run with authority.
Whatever Rocky Martinez does to stay on his feet, it is amazing. That's the second or third time today we've seen him, after several Torrance defenders contacting him, keeping his balance. It's pretty crazy to see from the junior Redondo running back, and he is a very bright spot on this offense.
Yeah, right now his offense has basically been filled with bright spots, but that has been the workhorse so far. And now they switch it up.
Now, huh? I'm your daddy. Oh, I'm your
Someone
daddy.
else in the backfield here
It's
for
okay.
the Seahawks. And the toss will go to Malachi Brown, looking for some space, and he finds very limited of it.
I really like that play call right there, giving Rocky Martinez a rest. They just put another back in the backfield and gave it to Redondo receiver Malachi Brown. Great play call from this Redondo coaching staff, and that helped them out, making this 3rd down easier right here.
Yeah, it's Jacob Geitrin in the backfield. See if they go to him here on 3rd down. One-on-one coverage at the top of your screen. Keep an eye out for that, as Groh will take the ball here. Bottled up early, and the Seahawks have a decision to make right here. 2:40 to go here in the first half.
Nice job by Torrance right there, jumping out of the gate with a crowd of defenders to rival that run from Redondo. A nice 3rd down stop by them, but guess what? This offense is still on the field. They still have their backup running back out. Bit of a questionable decision by Coach Ellison.
Fresh legs could help the Seahawks here. I'm curious to see if they will snap it or if this is solely to try to get Torrance to jump off sides. Right now on 4th and 4, Seahawks are looking to make it up as they get a jump here. Looks to be on the Seahawks, however. Looks like a Seahawks lineman move first, and that will back them up. False start on Redondo.
That's a tough mistake right there for the Seahawks. They will call a timeout as they're going to try to get themselves reoriented offensively. But they were going to go for it on that 4th down. They'll just send the punt team out, it looks like. So maybe a missed opportunity right there for the Seahawks, but it doesn't hurt too much as they're already out to this big lead late in the second quarter.
Keep your eye on fakes, as we already had a tricky special teams play earlier in this half, but good opportunity for the Seahawks to pin Torrance down as the clock goes through 2 minutes. The ball is kicked. Looks like it has some backspin. And it looks like they will pin him at the 1-yard line. Exemplary special teams from the Seahawks.
Oh my goodness, Cooper Burns can do it all. He's a dog defensively, and guess what? He's one heck of a punter as well. He pins Torrance down at the 1-yard line, and that also prevented Reinert from making a return. Now Torrance with the ball at the 1-yard line, and do you think they can really do anything right here? And how will they start off this drive?
Yeah, I imagine at this point, Torrance's goal is to not get safetied. Let's see if they will decide to build a drive. They very well may, but it's going to be tough because of that special teams work by the Seahawks. Right now, Seahawks are looking to blitz. If they get a tackle for loss right here, they get the ball back and add 2 more points. Big blitz here from the Seahawks. So that ball is handed off, but Reinhardt breaking a tackle gives his team enough breathing room to not get safetied.
The Seahawks objective right there, trying to get the 2 points for themselves. They sent several defenders into that backfield, and Von Reiner took advantage of it, getting a productive gain. That'll definitely give the Torrance starters some breathing room right here, but still not much they can do with 68 seconds on the clock.
Turner looks like he is back to throw, and he will. Rolling out down the outside. Pass is incomplete. Excellent job by the Seahawks to crash down on that play. That was number 25, it appeared. Or excuse me, number 29. Aiden Fosmore there to make that play.
Great effort from Fosmore. And whoever coaches the defense of Redondo must be happy after that. That was a great play from his defensive back. A 3rd and short coming up here for Torrance. What will Redondo have in store defensively?
Well, the clock got stopped, so Redondo might even be looking to get the ball back. But flag down on the play. It looks like this will be a free play as this one is completed to Mora. Mora slips down the sideline, stopping the clock at 52 seconds. Let's see if this penalty will be taken. It's hard to see whether he gained more than 5 on that pickup.
We've seen a lot of Mora early in this game. And now with 52 seconds to go in the second quarter, flag on Torrance. That'll make this 3rd down much harder. Instead of a 1st down, it'll be a 3rd down inside their own 5-yard line. The Torrance starters might have a tough time right here inside the 5. What kind of play call you think is in store right here?
Yeah, well, the Tartars have some options here as they were pushed back, but it's still 3rd down right now. And we've seen that the Tartars can run the ball, and they have had some success passing the ball. We got a triple stack on the bottom of your screen. Keep your eye on that side. I'm sure Turner will look that way as well. Gibson Turner takes a hit on that play, and that ball is sailed over the head of his intended receiver. 34 seconds, and the Seahawks will receive a punt as we take as the Seahawks look to get the ball back. They have a real chance at scoring here, right, Simon?
They definitely do, as now the Tartars are going to punt it away well into their own territory. And a guy to watch right here, it's Kyle Westbrook. You see him stationed out there at the 35-yard line. He is definitely dangerous right here. As you remember, he had that return touchdown last week in a situation just like this. He had that return touchdown just as this first half was coming to a close. Could it be deja vu right here?
Torrance will punt this away, and Westbrook will leave it to fall out of bounds. Seems like a clear indicator that the Seahawks will not run a drive here. I expect to see a knee or a quick handoff in this game going to halftime 21-6. Simon, what have you liked out of the Seahawks thus far?
The Seahawks have been doing a lot of things right today, offensively, defensively, and it's evident in that 21-6 score. Redondo has been doing a great job getting on top of Torrance today. Also in special teams as well, and a lot of great play calls for Redondo. A lot of shocking play calls. As you remember, that surprising 3rd and long Brady Grow run. It was a house call, and also Redondo threw Torrance off with that surprising kickoff.
As for the shotgun, Grow will look to throw. Grow takes a sack. It's a fumble, and the Tartars fall on it. Worst case scenario for the Seahawks there, who are looking for a chunk play. 21-6. Seahawks fans trying to play it off, however, chanting scoreboard here. But right now, the Tartars just get the ball back seemingly out of nowhere. What happened there, Simon?
That was just a crumbling job by the Seahawks offensive line. They did not protect their quarterback right there. And you could see the anger in head coach Keith Ellison. He was very angry after that play. And that was one of the only things you couldn't do right there if you're Brady Grow, coughing up the football. It's the second takeaway for this Tartars defense today. and the second turnover for Grow as well after his interception.
That ball is handed off to Reinhardt, and Reinhardt has some room to rumble. Good tackle there. Looked like it was Westbrook who wrapped him up by the legs. Timeout is taken by Torrance. I believe it is their last charge timeout, and the clock is stopped potentially for the final time this half at 9 seconds left.
Timeout on the field, called by Torrance.
It has been a nightmare last two plays for the Seahawks. It was the fumble by Brady Grow, and now the Seahawks give up a first down. Not a first down, but 10 yards to Von Reinhardt right there. Second and inches coming up. With Torrance inside the 40-yard line, you might need to worry about them maybe getting a score right here. 9 seconds to go. What could we see here from the Torrance offense?
Here on the shotgun, potentially the last play of the half. Let's see where Torrance is looking for this. Going deep down the outside. That ball is caught, completed. Torrance here steps out of bounds with 1 second left. Can you believe it? Torrance has a real chance to score here before this halftime. What awareness by the wide receiver. Step out of bounds, giving his team another play.
And all Seahawk fans, the Seahawk team, very angry at the clock right now. 1 second. That's going to be the difference of a score for Torrance. And it looks like they're sending the offense back out. They probably do not have a lot of faith in their kicker.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely more common in high school sports to keep your offense out in these situations as a timeout is taken by the Seahawks looking to ice Torrance Tartars.
Called by Redondo.
Simon, your coach Keith Ellison here. What are you saying to your players?
I'm just saying, at all costs, protect the end zone. We're probably going to see some concept of prevent by the Seahawks on this next play. And it's going to be a little bit altered because Torrance has the ball inside the 10. It's going to be very interesting right here. Probably a pass, as Torrance's only objective right here to get into the end zone. Who could they be going to on this play, Kevon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they're going to get the ball in the hands of a playmaker. I would not rule out a run play, even though I do expect a pass, but a swing pass to Reinhardt might be likely as well. 1 second on the clock here. Huge play in this game as Turner dropping back to pass, sliding up in the pocket. Pass goes long, and Seahawks reach halftime unscathed. 21-6 the score as this Seahawks crowd absolutely electric. Forging the Seahawks onward as the Seahawks look like they got momentum many times in this game. Here with our student winning flock student section, right now this atmosphere is electric.
Go!
Hey guys, it's Chloe DeVilliers, currently down here in the flock, and the score is 21-6 with the Seahawks leading. Are you guys hyped? Yeah! The flock is hyped and ready for the second half.
Alright, we good?
Thanks, Chloe, and this student section always brings the heat as these Seahawks have been playing very well in this home opener. Simon, what have you seen that you think is a product of the hype around this game? This home opener, the momentum, how has that forged the Seahawks forward?
We thought that this game was going to be a lot closer as Torrance came into this game with so much momentum, but the Seahawks have completely quieted them down. 21-6 at halftime. It has been an extremely impressive showing from this Seahawks team.
Absolutely, and this matchup is far from over as the Seahawks will look to keep this lead and the Tartars will look to strike back. Stay tuned for second half coverage, as always, on Ironclad Sports Network.
Once again, we appreciate the support of our Football Gold sponsors and ask that you frequent their locations. Next up, Patini Italian Takeoff. Friendly neighborhood Italian takeout spot for curbside pickup, carryout, and delivery. Licensed Home Services, backed by over 35 years of home service excellence, providing same-day heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services in Southern California. Also, Redondo Beach Education Foundation. Join RBEF for the Community Classic Golf Tournament on November 2nd, 2026 at the Los Verdes Golf Course. Visit rbef.org/golf. Face the team, specializing in high quality tinted. Face window tinting, specializing in high-quality tinting solutions for homes, offices, and vehicles. Tiana Bisognano Camper, Sotheby's Realty, built on centuries of tradition and dedicated to innovating the luxury real estate industry.
If you know this next part, I need you to sing. Let's go! I only love my, hey, hey.
Number 13, Malachi Brown. Along with 16, Landon Madison, deep for Redondo.
Everybody flashes up! Parents, you too! Put your flashes up! 2, 3, 4! Parents, let's see the flashes!
Back underway in this second half as the Seahawks get down just shy of the 30-yard line. They had a solid first half, and they'll look to build on it here.
It was a great first half by the Seahawks. They did a very great, well-rounded job. Special teams, defense, offense. They did it all, and they did it all very well. Now they start off on the offensive side, and we'll see what they got up their sleeve. The Seahawks ran the ball and passed the ball good in the first half. They'll look to continue as we get the second half underway. Martinez and Groh start off in the backfield for the Seahawks. Both of them have been having a great day for this Redondo team. Martinez starts it with a hole. He stretches to the outside. Rocky Martinez once again displaying that amazing balance, and he gets near the sticks on the very first play of this drive.
Not a larger running back. Martinez, the junior, 6 feet tall, 194 pounds, but he can sure lower that shoulder as he absorbed that contact right there.
pushing him out of bounds.
Seahawks looking to continue on a solid first half, and that Rocky Martinez run for a first down was a sign that they can replicate that success. That was exactly what the Seahawks were doing all first half, and right here on this 1st and 10, they'll look to do more of the same. Big blitz from Torrance. Martinez can't spin off of the pressure, and the ball may be out. Hard to tell who has it. Looks like progress was stopped before that ball popped out, but no, they call it Torrance's football. Looks like they blew the whistle beforehand, but the referee signaling that it's Torrance's football. No one on Redondo were able to tell that the ball popped out. A lot of confusion here. What do you see, Simon?
This is a very controversial call. It seemed that Martinez was already down, but the refs think otherwise. I think that this is a bad call as well. The refs are congregating, talking about if it was a fumble indeed. And it looks like this Redondo offense is going to get back out on the field, so they'll retain possession.
Stopped at the 36-yard line. Before the fumble, Seahawks remain in possession. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
As from the shotgun here, the Seahawks looking to make something happen on 2nd and long. They will keep the ball. Grow breaking a tackle. He will stumble down. No, he will not. Down finally at the far 40 as we see a replay of that incredible run from Grow. Let's take another look at that one. Tumbling down.
Gets into Torrance territory at the 41.
Excellent play there by Brady Grow to get downhill and break a tackle.
Number 3, Colin Tucker, making the tackle.
Hey, fill it in. Scoot down.
From the shotgun, as we take a look from the shotgun, Grow as
Whistles.
a false start right here from the Seahawks.
False start indicated against Redondo.
As we take a look at Matthew Crawford from the sideline.
5-yard penalty. It'll remain first down.
Hey, I'm Matthew Crawford. It's the start of the second half here at Redondo Union High School, and it has been a thriller. The game started out pretty high-paced, lots of passing, lots of big plays on both sides. Now it's become a ground-and-pound game. Lots of running, lots of great defensive plays on the line by both teams. The Seahawks are up at the advantage right now, 21-6. They have the ball and they are driving, but it's still anyone's game here on the Ironclad Sports Network. Back to you guys in the booth.
Absolutely, Matthew. Excellent analysis as always, as this game is still wide open. Grow here. He's got some pass protection. Gets hit, but gets it out to Harper. That connection's still working. Looks like Torrance trying to punch the ball out. Have you noticed that, Simon? That might be an adjustment the coach talked about at halftime.
They really have. As you saw early in this drive, they nearly got their second fumble recovery of the day. Luckily, the refs marked Rocky Martinez down before he coughed up the football, and Torrance already punched the ball out of Redondo's hands. It was a sack from Torrance, and Brady Grow lost the football. Torrance has been doing a really nice job with that today.
Absolutely. Grow's played a great game, but Amar on that great game has been the turnovers, the interception, and the fumble. So let's see if they pressure him to try to create more. Right now, they're only showing 4. Looks like cover 2 man here. As Grow will carry this one, tackled just shy of the line of scrimmage, but there are some flags down. What did you see there, Simon?
I saw Redondo with the adjustment to start off this second half. It's a heavy dose of Brady Grow running the football, and I really like it. Brady Grow had a small sample size running the football in the first half, but he did a great job with that long touchdown run. And he's had a couple of solid runs to start off this second half. I'd like to see a lot more of him running the football going forward.
Illegal procedure against Redondo.
Illegal procedure there on Redondo, and they will have to do it again, 2nd and 9. So an excellent run by Grow will be nullified, will not show up on the stat sheet. But he has been making impact plays like that all game. Let's see what he's got in store here with Martinez in the pistol. Big blitz shown by Torrance, and they stay in it. Martinez looking to shed a tackle. He fights forward. What progress by Martinez. Still on his feet. Finally goes down at the 10-yard line. Simon, what did I just witness?
What are they feeding Rocky Martinez? He is an absolute monster out there. How do you stay on your feet for that long after so many bodies are trying to take you down? Somehow, some way, Rocky Martinez does it, and it is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's willpower right there. That's blatant refusal to go down from Martinez right there. After so much contact, he keeps churning those legs. And Seahawks knocking on the door. It's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. In the shotgun now, Grow back to pass. Down the middle, pass is completed. Looks like that was number 5, Dylan Capper on the catch. Gets inside the 5-yard line. Doesn't have enough juice to get it into the end zone.
First time, I believe, we've seen Dylan Capper involved in this passing game, his first reception today. And the Seahawks will happily take it. I like how they're involving new faces into this offense to start off the second half. Now here I expect a run from Brady Grow to try to get into the end zone, or maybe Rocky Martinez also.
Yeah, but keep an eye on that one-on-one coverage at the top. A lot of options here for the Seahawks to see a shift in formation. Grow back to pass. Down the middle. That's completed for Harper. Tight window throw, and it's found on the slant. Harper down the middle. Secures that one. Huge play. Grow to Harper for their second touchdown of the game. Seahawks take a 27-6 lead.
The Seahawks start off this second half perfectly, quickly driving down the field and finishing it off with the Grow to Harper connection for the touchdown. It's the second time they've found each other in the end zone. They've been doing a really nice job today. And I believe that's Brady Grow's 3rd touchdown of the day. 1 rushing, 2 passing.
As there's a flag on the play, let's see if this one's coming back. Looks like the offense is coming back onto the field. Not good news for Seahawks fans. Potentially a holding call there. Yeah, that will be an offensive penalty right there, and the Seahawks may have this score coming back. A violation on the block there for the Seahawks, and that beautiful slant route will be coming back. Simon, even though that's coming back, that does show the Tartars rather that the Seahawks can score in any way. So right now, even though the Seahawks are getting taken back. Interesting. They got taken back pretty far right here, but the Seahawks still 2nd and goal.
That one was painful right there as the Seahawks found the end zone for the 4th time today, but it was nullified. And then that sets them back 15 yards. So now they'll look to rebound from that. It's a 2nd down here. We'll see what they do.
Once more, 2 running backs in the shotgun for better blocking. Grow scrambling, a pass, touchdown! This one, Harper down the outside, and the referees confirm it. Tyler Harper getting immediate revenge on the referees for taking that touchdown back. Excellent scramble by Grow, getting away from the pressure. Harper getting open as we take a look at that replay. What a scramble and what a throw. Excellent job by Harper getting open, and that is textbook Seahawks passing game.
A great job by Brady Grow right there, managing against that tenacious Torrance pass rush. It didn't matter as he found Tyler Harper in the end zone. This time it's for real, and the Seahawks have over a 20-point lead.
That kick is through, and a 28-6 lead for the Seahawks. Seahawks doing everything right throughout the first half, and they kick off the second half in that exact same way. Simon, what do you see from the Torrance Tartars that they need to do to get back in this game that looks like it's slowly slipping away from them?
They just need to tighten up this shaky pass coverage. Like I told you, it's one of their biggest weaknesses on the defensive side, and it has been completely exemplified today. They have been struggling mightily to defend against this against this Redondo pass attack.
Yeah, excellent work by the Seahawks to get that score.
Seahawks 28, Tartars 6.
Give it up for them one more time. Make some noise.
Fowler to kick this one away. 7:15 to go here in this third quarter. Seahawks all smiles. This flock is buzzing. Far end, the Torrance crowd still populated, however, as they still think that they can come back into this game.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah! Get it, Jacob, get it! Oh yeah! Let's make some noise, let's make some noise!
Looks like the kickoff spot is getting moved.
Penalty on the point after touchdown was against Torrance.
So, penalty against the Tartars means that the Seahawks can kick the ball from significantly closer. We already saw some trickery on the kickoff, but right now, with this favorable kickoff spot, Seahawks may not need to. Let's see if they will elect to kick for a touchback or if they will go in some other direction. Coach Keith Ellison continuing the chess match even through special teams.
Fowler to kick off.
Fowler kicks this one away, and it will go through the back of the end zone, putting Torrance at the 20.
This is desperation time for the Tartars now. They need something here in the later stage of this game. There's just 19 minutes to go in regulation, down by 22. If they want to get back in this game, they need something ASAP.
Torrance has been used to relying on that run game, but so far, the pass protection has held up for quarterback Gibson Turner. Let's see if they will elect to go for some more longer developing passing plays and really test this Redondo secondary. But this Redondo secondary has been stout so far. Looks like one-on-one coverage down the outside, but it drops back into zone instead. Tight window throw is completed for a short gain. Excellent job by the Seahawks. You know the goal of their zone. They're willing to give up some catches, but they're going to tackle them immediately afterwards, as they did right there.
They've been rallying to the ball very quickly, so much today. It's been a really nice job by the Seahawks and that kind of thing. But right there you saw Gibson Turner. It should be a lot of him in this second half, especially because Torrance quickly needs points, and the best way to do that is by the air.
Torrance here from the shotgun will hand it off to Reinert. Reinert breaks a tackle from Mack before falling down just past the first down marker. And you know that Reinert is their general game plan, so it's hard for them to go away from him. But they don't have to just use Reinert in the run game. He had 121 receiving yards, as we see an injured Seahawk on the field. But 121 receiving yards for Reinert last game against Maricosta, so they can still get the ball to their playmakers in space, even without relying solely on the run game.
So both types of offense Redondo needs to be aware of, because they can do both very well. We've seen flashes of both those offenses today. Turner's had a nice game, so has Reinert, but Reinert has been much quiet than he was last week against Maricosta. As you remember, over 200 yards. Today he has had much less.
From the shotgun now. Torrance launching the ball deep into coverage. Absolutely step for step with him was Horta. keeping Bradley from a reception there. Gibson Turner looking for the money ball, but it doesn't land.
Gibson Turner has taken several shots today, and a lot of the times he has overshot his receivers. It's been a problem for him today, and it's something he didn't experience very much last week versus Costa. It's been a lot more struggles for this Torrance offense this week compared to last week, and Redondo will try to keep that the same in this second half.
Trying to make a man miss there on the outside. The Tartars pick up. Looks to be enough for another first. And the referees indicate that so. Solid pitch and catch there. 5:40, about 5:48 to go here in this third quarter as we take another look at that pass. Solid job on the catch and run by Isaac Mora. He's probably been the most effective Torrance receiver, including scoring their only touchdown. Let's see if they can get him into the game even more. Tight formation here on that far side for Torrance. Dropping back to pass. Pass coverage holds up for Turner. Turner gives his receiver a tough one to catch over his head, and he also gets plastered by Brendan Evans there on that throw.
And Evans plastered him so much. That was a little bit risky right there because he contacted the Torrance receiver a little bit. Could have possibly been a flag, but Redondo gets out of it unscathed. Now a long second down coming up for the Tartars.
Looks like Evans on that play injured his arm, went down awkwardly under. That could be something to watch. Seahawks put Aiden Fosmore in the back. Excuse me, Ben Brown in the back to replace him. Screen pass from Turner to Reinhardt. Reinhardt slips a tackle, and he's got daylight. What a move by Reinhardt. Flag down at the 30. This could be coming back, though, Simon. Usually flags down that close to the point of tackle right there. I mean, a hold or a block in the back.
And Redondo is really going to want that to go their way. That was a gigantic gain for Von Reinhardt. And just like you were saying, Kavan, they found Von Reinhardt in an unconventional way, in an unusual way rather than running the football. And it seems like this will move Torrance back as you see them stationed near midfield. But still, Von Reinhardt got loose there. He can do a lot with the football in his hands.
That's exactly what we discussed, how even though this game has shifted away from constantly running for Torrance, they still have to get their running back, their best player, involved, and they do that right there.
Penalty pushes the ball back to the Redondo 40. First and 10.
First and 10 here for the Tartars, who still had a monster pickup off of that screen pass. When they can get Reiner in space, it's very difficult for the Seahawks to contain him, but they will look to do that on this first and 10. In enemy territory right now, Tartars looking to go to work. From the pistol, play fake there by Turner. Turner passes the ball, and a bobbled catch there. That one was Ashton Bradley. Looked like a difficult one for him to hold on to, but he certainly did right there.
That was a very decisive throw by Gibson Turner, as it looked like he was about to take off with the football, but then at the last second pulled the trigger, and he found his receiver. Another first down for Torrance. They're making progress down the field with the ball right at the 30-yard line.
So from the shotgun now, after a large amount of passing plays, the Tartars have really gotten their passing offense in rhythm as we get a timeout here.
Timeout called by Redondo. More of our gold sponsors.
So the Seahawks here in the huddle will look to try to slow down this passing game. What do you think they can do here, Simon?
I think they just need to quiet down this momentum that Torrance has already. It's been a lot of strides in the passing game, but now they should maybe be worried about Torrance getting back to their running game, which we've already seen. It's been a lot of Von Reinhardt And if that gets going, it's going to be very hard for Torrance to be stopped. That's probably the biggest thing they need to be aware of. And how they can do that, probably like they've been doing a lot of today, stacking the box.
Do you see a world where they stop blitzing as these passes continue?
Probably not, because that's what they've been doing all day. But maybe they can make the adjustment like you're saying, Kavan.
Looks like one-on-one coverage on the outside, potentially safety help as Horta backs off into a cushion. This could be shifted into zone, and it is. Excellent coverage by the Seahawks, disguising it. That one looks to be complete for Reinhardt. Solid pickup there, but the Seahawks doing a good job. They started in what looked like a man press look with Horta on the outside. He would back off into a cover 3 zone. Excellent job by the Seahawks disguising what's going on.
The Hawks forced a lot of pressure on Turner right there. He threw the ball off his back foot, and that probably made it a difference between that short gain and something that was much larger.
Motion down the outside. Looking that way is Turner. Turner for the end zone. Overshot an open receiver. He was looking for Isaac Mora again, who's been the biggest bright spot for Torrance so far. Doesn't connect on that one.
Another deep ball for Turner that's altered by the Seahawks defense, and another one where he overthrew his target. You saw Turner get absolutely smoked right as he was releasing that one. I liked what I saw from the Seahawks defense.
Third down and medium now, but you got to recognize that this is likely 4-down territory, both in this position and at this stage in the game. Heavy pressure on the quarterback. That pass is completed. Good coverage there, but right now, these Torrance receivers have been making plays. That was Bradley securing that one into his chest.
Turner has resorted to Bradley a few times on this drive. I believe he's been his favorite target this drive as well. And even though Redondo did get home to Turner, it was a couple of seconds after he released the football, and he had his man for the first down.
Keep an eye on those linebackers for Redondo. They've been crashing down in unique ways. Let's see if they run another stunt here on this pass blitz. Oh, a free rusher was Michael Mack as that one goes incomplete. Reinhardt did not give time to turn his head because Michael Mack, a free rusher, forced the ball out of Turner's hands.
Redondo did not change their ways. That was another throw that was completely altered. It was Michael Mack that time for Redondo. And Von Reinhardt didn't even see the ball coming.
Yeah, and you can't really fault any one player on Torrance right there. The quarterback had to get the ball off right there. That's what the repeated hitting on the quarterback that the Seahawks have been doing does at the end of the game. So excellent job by the Seahawks, finally seeing the fruits of their labor. Seahawks showing man coverage now. As this one shakes free. Von Reinhardt into the end zone, but a flag is thrown. This one likely is coming back as a player was held on Redondo. Looked like Mensher there was held on that play, and this one is coming back.
That was a catastrophic mistake by the Tartars, as it looked like they found the end zone for their second time today. It was too good to be true. A holding penalty called on them, and that'll give them a big loss as we see the replay.
Yeah, coming back the other way. Quite the tale of two very different ways this game could have gone. That touchdown would have given Torrance some life. Instead, this penalty nearly takes them out of the red zone. So Torrance will look to adjust. They had the man coverage they wanted to win that one-on-one battle. I don't think the Seahawks will go back to that man coverage for a little bit. They're showing zone again, and they do play zone. Going for the corner, and this one is picked off. Seahawks have some wheels here. Down the outside, this one could go all the way. From green grass to red roses, the Seahawks into the end zone. That one was Josiah Soro on the pick six, taking it nearly 80 yards.
It went right in his hands because of that great pressure from the Seahawks. Once again, they get home to Gibson Turner, and that one worked out perfectly. Sorner had that lane right to the end zone, a great pick six return, and now there's no coming back for Torrance.
Fowler, to add insult to injury, splits the yellows. What a play there by Josiah Soro on the pick six, and the Seahawks are running away with this one. Torrance, who was the 1 seed headed into last year's playoffs against Redondo, you never would have expected Redondo to blatantly be blowing them out still in this third quarter with 2:17 to go. What has gone wrong for Torrance, even more so than it has in the first half?
It's just been the Seahawks adjustments in the locker room. They've done a great job coming right out of the gate defensively in this second half. So much great pressure on Gibson Turner, and it has been completely making his life miserable. Amazing what we've seen.
And that's another Seahawks touchdown!
So the Seahawks continuously building on their lead, building on their momentum, and Torrance needs to stop the bleeding now. What could have gone so differently with that Reinhardt touchdown being called back? Now, the Seahawks get the score instead.
Let's try that again. Repeat after me.
That might have been the dagger right in the middle of Torrance's heart, as now it's a 29-point lead that the Tartars need to come back from, and it is going to be extremely, extremely difficult. And this return is going to be blown dead. Why?
Yeah, looked like it will be a touchback, but there's been also some hand fighting I've been seeing off the ball. Keep your eye on that. Could see some physicality even more so. Some tensions may be boiling as this game gets farther from competitive.
Hey, sing it if you know it. I hope you all know it.
Now the Seahawks are in cruise control with their big lead. They just need to do what they've done today, keep it going, and it'll be a straightforward path to the victory. It has already been such a great day from the Seahawks. They've been doing so many things right. It's been a great game to watch from Redondo, building off of that 37-0 blowout of El Segundo. They're for real.
Absolutely. Right now, you saw this Redondo team, they lost a lot of seniors, but guys have been stepping up in such a big way. As the pitch goes to the outside, Reinhardt looking to break a tackle, but he is quickly put down by the Seahawks. That one was number 45, Nick Ricardo there on the stop, fighting through the stiff arm there. Excellent job by the Seahawks. Their conditioning's been on point. You've been seeing them win a lot of one-on-one strength battles as this clock nears 1:40 in this third quarter.
They've just been a ball of energy today. You have not seen them take their foot off the gas whatsoever. They've been winning so many matchups against Torrance, big or small, like Kevon was saying.
From the shotgun now, here's Turner. Back to pass. This one goes down the outside, complete on the out route before a tackle is made by Horta.
Pass from Turner complete to Bradley.
Bradley's had himself a good game, but it hasn't been enough for these Tartars.
Nathan Horta with the tackle.
That's definitely true, Kevon. Bradley has been Turner's favorite target in this second half. A lot of receptions from him, but not just Bradley can get Torrance away from this 29-point lead. They are in desperation right now with just under 13 minutes in total to go in regulation. The Tartars really can't do anything to get away from their fate.
Right now, the Tartars just focusing one drive at a time here on this 1st and 10. On the outside, another out right there, but Solid tackle there by the Seahawks, rallying to the ball. Hard to tell who made the tackle because the Seahawks are swarming so well right now. 24 seconds left in this third quarter. Let's see if they run another play.
That was another exemplary rally tackle by the Seahawks. Very quickly, they're getting to the ball on almost every time Torrance throws one of those short out routes or another short pass.
Now here from the shotgun. Looks like Torrance will run another play. Ricardo blitzing on the outside as this pass is completed. Isaac Mora on the outside will dart to the sideline, closing off the third quarter.
Chase out of bounds by Burns.
As solid third quarter for the Seahawks, taking their lead up to 35.
This is the snack bars.
As we head down to the sideline where reporter Matthew Crawford is standing by.
Thanks, Coven. It's been, after that pick six, it has been great for the Tartars. The second half has been all Redondo Seahawks. I mean, Josiah Soro has been amazing, especially the Seahawks defense, who has held the Tartars to 6 points, and that 6 points only came in one fluke of a drive in the first quarter. Thankfully, for all the sports fans, there still has been some scoring since Redondo has been running the score up, and it is currently 35-6 over on the scoreboard. It is going to be an absolute thriller to see what the stat sheet looks like for Redondo in this pretty dominant looking lead. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Matthew, for that expert analysis there on the sideline as we approach the final stage of this game. 12 minutes left on the clock of a game that this Torrance offense is likely going to try to forget later on. What do you think, Simon?
This is a sensational performance by the Seahawks defense. After the 41-point performance they put on last week, the Torrance Tartars have been completely hushed by the Seahawks.
Fakes the handoff and off the play fake. Pass is batted down. Good defense there. That was Tyler Sellis getting the hands up for the pass defense.
We've not called Sellis' name a lot today, but he's another guy for the Seahawks defense who's made an impact, and that was a great play by him right there.
Yeah, amongst all Seahawks returning players from last year, he had the most tackles from last year. He is a big part of the Seahawks defense, but with how good this front four has been playing for the Seahawks, we haven't needed to call his name much because Seahawks have been playing excellent defense. It hasn't really gotten to him as much. Here, looks like he is playing that right middle zone, right hook. As another play fake here. Looking for the corner as this one is defended well. No, it is pass interference. Looks like the Torrance receiver went down a little bit easy, but he did his job to get that yellow flag.
That's either the first or one of the first times we've seen a pass interference called on the Seahawks secondary. They've done a great job locking up the Tartars receivers today, but that time just a little too much contact from the Seahawks defensive back. But still, they do have the room to do that, already up by 29. Not much they can do to throw this game away.
Interference against the Seahawks.
So Seahawks take that pass interference penalty. Looked like Brendan Evans there in the coverage. Got called for getting a little too physical there with 11:54 to go here in this fourth quarter. From the shotgun. Back to pass is Turner. Batted down, and it's a fumble. Very strange play. The ball was batted down there at the line, caught back by Turner, and Turner dumped the ball to the ground. I believe that is a fumble, as you cannot throw the ball a second time. But I could be wrong about that.
Turner could not do a whole lot with the pressure from the Redondo pass rusher, Jackson Riley. He did a great job getting to the quarterback quickly and forcing that incompletion.
Very strange broken play, but it results in a very mundane effect of an incomplete pass. And on 2nd and 10, here's Turner. Turner will give it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt finding some space before. Looked like an excellent job by number 27 on the Seahawks. Colton Mata getting his hands on the jersey for that stop.
Number 27, Colton Mata.
Reinhardt doing what he does best right there. He has great balance, channeling his inner Rocky Martinez, showing why he is one of the best running backs in the South Bay. Torrance with the ball at the 33-yard line now. They are making progress on this drive.
Absolutely, but will it be enough? Clock ticking. We're still at 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter, but gotta imagine Torrance is playing with some urgency. With the QB hurry, pass is still completed to Reinhardt. Good accuracy from Turner so far in this game, even when under pressure like that.
The effort I saw there from the Seahawks pass rush was great. Even though they have this game in the bag, they did a great job rushing Gibson Turner, even in a low-pressure situation like that.
Another 1st and 10, as that one is enough to move the chains. Keep an eye on the stack of receivers up top, the trips, if you will. Let's see if Turner will look that way. In the backfield is Reiner, as we see press coverage on the bottom of your screen. Turner will look to run, gets down the outside, and he will get out of bounds before Westbrook, looking to lay a hit on him, can get to him.
That's the first big run we've seen from Gibson Turner today. He's not much of a runner with under 20 rushing yards last year. And also, he didn't run very much versus Costa, so a bit of a shocker right there. And now Torrance with the ball inside the 15. The Seahawks will look to hold him there.
Yeah, not known to be a running quarterback, but he is mobile. He is able to get out of the pocket. He's done an excellent job avoiding a good Seahawks pressure scheme that has gotten home often this game, or excuse me, gotten to the backfield. He's done a good job avoiding getting sacked so far, as he did on that one, getting to the outside. Little motion on the top of your screen. He's looking that way on the inside. Pass deflection there by the Seahawks. That was excellent defense.
Number 27, Brandon Perez, the intended receiver.
That was Joaquin Sanders, who looked like a tip of a finger on that one.
Not much Turner could do once again. The pressure was coming. He did place it well, but his receiver could not make the grab.
Yeah, as we saw on that replay, definitely very close, but a tough grab, potentially tougher than it looks for that receiver, and that leads to 2nd and 10. Back to pass, Turner, cross body, looking to the end zone. This one is strange, it's still fighting for it in the end zone. What a catch! Can you believe it? Catching it through the back of the defensive player. I don't even know what to say.
Brandon Perez with back-to-back targets makes the most of it after that drop on his last target. An amazing catch by Perez that will get the Tartars back on the board for their second time today. But still, the Seahawks with a very comfortable lead.
Touchdown, Torrance.
That was one of the craziest catches I have seen in a high school football game. And it didn't look like it had that much hype to it, but he caught that ball through the defender's back. He put his arms around him and caught it using the defender's back. And they wrestled for it even after they went out of bounds. That was a crazy play, as we see on this 2-point conversion. Let's see how the Torrance Tartars throw for this. Reinhardt makes the catch, and they get the 2-point conversion. 14-35 is now the score.
They go back to Von Reinhardt on the 2-point conversion, but we had not seen a lot of Brandon Perez before that touchdown catch. A little bit spontaneous how he entered this game and made that big play. The Seahawks with a 21-point lead, they'll get the ball back on offense. And what do you expect from here on out from the Seahawks defense with just over 9 minutes to go? Replay.
Yeah, as we take a look at that replay, even better on a second, on a third look. That catch is one I will be thinking about for a long time. How on earth did he have the coordination to get... He didn't go around the defender. He didn't run over the defender. He caught the ball with the defender. He used the defender to make the catch. That was incredible. And the Tartars, with a solid drive, earned clawing their way back in this game, but they still have a long way to go. 3 scores here, Simon. What do they need to get back in this game?
Torrance needs a whole lot. That starts on both offense and defense. They're getting back on defense, and if they want any shot of getting back in this, they need to stop very quickly, probably a 3-and-out.
Absolutely, as we see change in the Seahawks kickoff formation. Potentially a hands team out because you don't know how aggressive this Torrance team is going to get. They do need the ball back soon. They have 9 minutes to work with, but they will go for the onside. Touched by a Seahawk, and Westbrook stays on top of it. Excellent hands by Westbrook, and the ball will stay in Seahawks possession.
Westbrook with his first effective special teams play today for the Seahawks. He's made all his impact today on defense, but nothing on special teams until that nice recovery right there. And that'll get the Seahawks situated near midfield. Not much they need to do now. Just try and milk out the clock, which is probably going to be their objective on this drive.
Yeah, I don't know how much we can expect to see Brady Grove passing the ball here. They will look to kill clock and play zero-risk football. Expect to see Martinez, an absolute workhorse on this drive. Grow instead on the run on this one. Lowering the shoulder, he will bowl down just past the 50-yard line. Solid pickup for Brady Grow.
Brady Grow has something on his mind when he runs the football. He runs it very, very hard. We've seen it a lot today from him, and he's probably going to get a bump in his carries after this game.
Yeah, there are some mobile quarterbacks who play in the style of Lamar Jackson. When Brady Grow runs the football, I'm more reminded of Josh Allen because he's using power on the run. He's using his strength and his size to overpower defenders. Not something you see a lot from the quarterback position, but something he's been effective with in this game, including his touchdown run. Now here from the shotgun, he's got 2 receivers up high. Let's see if he uses them. Heavy blitz from Torrance, and this one goes to Martinez. Martinez finds a hole down the outside, spinning down into the red zone, but a flag is tossed in the secondary. This could be coming back for a hold, Simon.
It could be coming back for a hold, and it looks like it will. Redondo tried to take advantage of Torrance sending their classic blitz, and it did not really work for Redondo with that flag. It'll move him back 10 yards and make it harder to convert this 3rd down. What do you expect to see from them right here?
I expect to see the Seahawks sticking with the run game. We saw that they can get chunk plays on the run game, so there is absolutely no need for the Seahawks to risk passing the ball. Now, if they want to run a play action here and there, try to punish the Torrance for full run committing, that might be effective for the Seahawks, but I don't expect them to take that risk.
Another thing the Seahawks have to be on the lookout for is coughing up the football. They already did have an official fumble today. It was a Brady Grow sack where he coughed up the football. And Rocky Martinez had a near fumble at the start of the second half. Luckily, Redondo stayed with the football as Martinez was marked down.
On that one, the play action pass we were talking about, and a solid pickup for the Seahawks. Looks to be enough for the 1st down, so they do go with the passing option. But even when they go with the passing option, they keep it to a short pass because they do not want air under the ball. They do not want time for an interception here. So Seahawks playing it very safe with that short pass to Bodie Hank.
A nice job by the Seahawks. That makes this 3rd down much easier. And probably with this short of a distance, they're going to go back to the run game. And it's probably going to be Rocky Martinez, although Grow has looked great running the ball. Martinez has been their 3rd and short or 4th and short guy.
Absolutely. Here, they will hand it off to Martinez, and he finds a hole. Martinez off to the races. 1 man to beat. He gets pushed down inside the 15-yard line. What a workhorse. He still is outworking every defender on the field on his, 20th carry of the game?
Definitely. And he is also probably over 100 yards today, the first time he's done that this season. Definitely has a season high and maybe a career high as well in rushing yards. It has been a coming out game for Rocky Martinez, and it's going to be much more of him this year after this great showing today.
Absolutely. He has really stated his case. He was already the number one running back headed into this season, as the other two running backs from last season for the Seahawks had graduated, but he has certainly cemented himself not only as a top running back, but as a star in this high school football league. From the shotgun now, motion from Tyler Harper, as this one will be fake to Tyler Harper and an inside run for Brady Grow. Moderate gain there, but solid job by the Seahawks as we take another look at that replay of that Rocky Martinez run. He got down the middle and bounced it outside for a huge pickup.
That was a big run by Rocky Martinez and a short run right there by Brady Grow, where the two teams had some extracurriculars. They resolve it, and now the Redondo offense gets back out. In this situation, with just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, a second and long coming up for the Seahawks. Probably just going to be some more carries for Redondo.
Seahawks here in another tight formation. Harper, the only lone receiver on that bottom of your screen. Little misdirection for the Seahawks there, but they don't find any space here, bringing up a third and long.
A crafty play call by the Seahawks, trying to get a Redondo receiver involved. As you saw, it didn't work out so well, but props to the Redondo play callers for thinking of that. Now on a third and long, we might see the Seahawks get back to their passing game, and this is definitely a situation to do it. They need about 10 yards here on third down.
Yeah, you saw passing personnel get back on there, notably other wide receivers other than Tyler Harper. You saw Malachi Brown on the field, and he might be a factor. Even if they don't go for a far past him, they might get the ball in his hands because he is dangerous with space. Grow getting some instruction from his coach, and I would not be surprised if Redondo burns a timeout right here.
And that is exactly what Redondo is going to do. They're going to take a break on the sideline, figure out what they're going to do on this third down. With under 5 minutes to go in the game, the Seahawks with their 21-point lead. They really don't need to do anything to seal this one in victory, but it would be nice if they could get a cherry on top touchdown right here.
.448 to go here in this matchup. Redondo has been doing virtually everything right now. Every aspect of their game plan has been followed to a T. The only blemish on this game for the Seahawks are those two turnovers, the interception and the fumble. But other than that, the Seahawks have been productive on offense. They've been able to push the ball down the field, both on the ground and through the air. And that gives them options on this third down where it's likely that they can go on fourth down.
They probably will right here. On this third and long, they took that timeout to figure out what they're going to do right here.
From the shotgun, Tyler Harper looks to be one-on-one at the top of your screen, but safeties could potentially provide help on that side. Looks like there will be safety help, and Grow will look for some space. He gets tackled down instantly. Simon, do you think this is out of Fowler's range for field goals? Do you think they will go for a field goal here, or if they're going to look to go for it on fourth down?
Probably not, because Fowler's looked pretty good kicking the ball today. 7 for 7 on PATs. He's been perfect. It probably is his range, the way that he's been looking. The Seahawk offense deciding, and it looks like they'll send out the kicking team.
This one will be roughly 30 yards for Fowler to drill. Harper on the hold. Fowler gets it blocked. Ball falls into a pile. See who ends up with it. Doesn't really matter, as either way, it will be Torrance Tartar's ball.
That was by far Torrance's most impactful special teams play today, and the first time that they've made a splash with the special teams. Today, the special teams have been dominated by Redondo, and with under 4 minutes to go, the Tartars will get the ball back, but it might be the last hurrah for this Tartars offense with under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. We don't know if the Tartars will get another possession. If they burn time here on this possession, the Seahawks can run out on their last possession. So let's see what the Tartars can make of this right here. I believe the Tartars still have all 3 timeouts, but they might have 2. Is that correct, Simon?
It seems like it is, because we've seen no breaks from the Tartars sideline that have been called.
Right now, the Seahawks in cover 2. Let's see if they stick with the zone they've been playing recently or if they go to man coverage. Looks like they will stay in zone following that motion. Back the other way, a screen pass, a little misdirection from the Tartars, does not amount to much.
And almost every single screen pass for the Tartars has been blown up by Redondo, or it's just been a short gain. Redondo's done a nice job defending the short passing game, along with the run game, although Reinert has found some space to run the ball, much less than he did last week versus Costa.
So now here from the shotgun. Tartars on that far side. Curl route is completed, but Michael Mack was instantly on the spot, rolling his receiver over and getting that tackle.
A big hit from Michael Mack, still out on the field, even in what would be considered garbage time. Keith Ellison still keeping starters out like Brian Westbrook as well.
Yeah, Kyle Westbrook there at the safety position. And the ball will go the other way, however. Quick completion there, still on his feet. That's number 27, Brandon Perez. Perez, the one who made the Herculean catch on that far end. And excellent job by the Tartars, still pushing the ball forwards as we approach 2 minutes in this football game.
Perez has been the Tartars' main playmaker in the later stages of this game, with the touchdown and now with a nice reception here.
From the shotgun once more, Turner back to pass. Has a clean pocket, and that one is nicely turned away there by Horta. Good coverage there, swatting that one away. Picture perfect coverage.
Great coverage by Horta, not letting up. Even with under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, the Seahawks with a 3-touchdown lead. They're still giving it their all out here, and that's a main characteristic of a winning football team. And that's what we've been seeing from the Seahawks through their first 2 games of the year. 37-0 against an 8-3 El Segundo team last year, and against this Torrance team with a lot of hype going into this game. It is all quieted down by Redondo in this big victory.
Big hit there down the outside. That was Cooper Burns laying the boom to Axel Martinez on the short out route. So you saw on that play something very unique from the Seahawks that they do really well, and they've been able to do all game. They got the pressure through, but at the same time, they had the secondary able to rally to the ball immediately for a hard hit. They've had that physicality on the line of scrimmage and off of it with those hits as well as that pass rush.
We've seen it from a lot of guys in the Seahawks defense. Michael Mack, Cooper Burns, Kyle Westbrook.
Handoff down the middle, trying a new running back. This isn't Reinhardt as he goes down after a 3-yard gain.
Up to 32, Sonny Gomez.
4th down here for the Tartars. Let's see if they will go for this. In the backfield, number 32, Sonny Gomez.
Iglesias with the tackle.
On 4th down here, potentially the last, with 30 seconds left, the last drive for Torrance. Let's see if they can keep it alive here. Handing it off to the running back is Turner, and that will not be enough. The Seahawks will get the ball back, and the Seahawks are 1 win away from their 2nd straight win against Torrance. Seahawks played a perfect game, Simon, doing absolutely everything they needed to on all 3 ends of the football: offense, defense, and special teams. And after this victory formation, they will be able to say that they took down Torrance.
Nobody expected the Seahawks to come in this game and right out of the gate dominate the Tartars. And that's exactly what they did in this very decisive 35-14 win. And the game is not over yet with 8 seconds to go. The Tartars are going to send their offense back out in what will probably be the last play of the game. Excuse me, the Seahawks will. The victory formation out for the Seahawks, and they're showing that they can compete with any team in the South Bay today. And they're going to need that characteristic, especially after making the return to the Bay League. Lots of very good football teams, as that's going to be the last play of the game.
And the Seahawks have done it. The clock hits 0, and the Seahawks best the Torrance Tartars 35-14. In this home opener, Redondo gives the crowd a show and gets it done here in home territory. Who were some standouts to you, Simon?
There were so many standouts today for the Seahawks on all 3 sides of the ball: offense, defense, special teams. Brady Groh and Rocky Martinez anchored the offense with some great plays in the run game. Groh also had some nice passes, the majority of them to Tyler Harper, who was by far the Seahawks' top receiver today. Then on the defensive side, they came into this game with a ton of aggressiveness, so many big hits from them, and also a bunch of great special teams plays, and that seals the deal in a 35-14 victory.
Excellent job by the Seahawks as they get back to this tradition. Seahawks sprinting down the tunnel. Seahawks have every right to be as proud as they can be about this start to their season, 2-0 against 2 very strong teams from last year.
And the Seahawks showing that they can compete this year in their return to the Bay League. With so many great teams in the Bay League, they've got Costa, Lusinger, Inglewood, Palos Verdes, all of these teams, top teams in the CIF Southern section. But today they showed against a tough Torrance team that they can compete with a lot of football teams out here.
Seahawks headed to their group huddle. Coach Ellison's message is likely a very positive one because it looked like the Seahawks had a game plan, they implemented it. They stopped the run exactly as the Seahawks needed to do headed into this game. So excellent work by the Seahawks to follow that plan, and I imagine they're getting nothing but encouragement from their coach.
And as you remember, last year in this spot in the season, the Seahawks started the season with 2 straight shutouts. They were blowouts against El Dorado and Costa, right? And then you compare it to right now, the Seahawks have jumped right out of the gate red hot. 2 blowout wins to start off the season versus some pretty good football teams in El Segundo and Torrance. Torrance probably better than El Segundo, and that makes the win much more impressive.
Absolutely, and at the same time, as Coach Keith Ellison is reassuring his players, he knew the entire time that they were the better team. And that's his message to his players. He believes in them and that they outworked their competition and that because of that, they got this victory. He believes in his squad. This squad believes in each other, and that's why this is a dangerous team.
And it's going to be so exciting to see what the Seahawks have in store for the rest of this season, as they do have a tough schedule ahead against their Bay League foes. What's on the calendar next week?
Excellent work by the Seahawks. You can say it once again, just a very effective game plan from them. Big reason for this victory. You gotta credit the defense, the offense, special teams, and the coaching. All in all, they outfoxed their opponents. They were able to play smart. They were able to stay disciplined. Some penalties costed a lot of big plays for Torrance. The Seahawks, other than the pass interference, really didn't have any costly penalties. So excellent work by the Seahawks to stay strong in that regard.
It was so great to watch from the Seahawks. They have so much momentum now after their first 2 games. Both of them have been decisive victories.
As we continue, take a look at these triumphant Seahawks. They have every right to be proud of this game. They played an excellent game, absolute battle where they won all aspects of that football game. Very incredible effort from these Seahawks. As the team is celebrating. And we are going to send it down to interviews from Chloe.
Hey guys, it's Chloe DeVilliers. I'm down here on the field with junior Josiah Soro. First off, congratulations on the win. You had a 76-yard pick six. What was going through your head?
It was really all of practice, our coverages, practicing the coverages, really just watching film, studying the plays, saw that post or that corner coming my way, and then caught the ball, instantly started running down the field, nothing else in my mind.
You guys play Culver City next week away. What will you do in practice this week to prepare?
Man, we work hard. We work hard at every practice, every single day. Just keep the same momentum, and each win is such a blessing, and we're just so blessed to come out here.
Thank you so much. Go celebrate with your team.
All right, we're done. We're gavel.
Excellent job by these Seahawks, and some input from key players in this Seahawks victory. That was a huge pick six on that defensive end. An excellent player was Soro. But this offense also played large. Solid offense by the pass game. But the run game was incredible as well, as Chloe DeVilliers is standing by with Rocky Martinez.
Go.
Hey guys, it's Chloe DeVilliers. I'm back on the field, but now with junior Rocky Martinez. You had 150 yards on the ground today. How did that feel? That's amazing.
So yeah, our game plan was to really just run the rock. We knew this defense was good. They had 6 people in the box all times, but I mean, our linemen, we trust our linemen. I mean, Seth, all those guys just blocked their asses off. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, they blocked their butts off, and then we were just able to score, punch it in. I mean, it was just great opportunities, and it was a great night all around for our whole entire offense.
You guys are now 2-0 in the season, and you guys play Culver City next week. What does this win mean to you guys?
This is good. I mean, looking back, last season we went 0-3, and then now we're on a roll of 2-0. We're looking to win next week against Culver. We know they're good. We're going to film, we're going to study. We're just going to go back into it tomorrow in the morning. And yeah, we're just going to watch our film, review our film, improve, and we're going to try to win this week.
Good luck and congrats on the win, Rocky.
Thank you so much.
If anyone knows what it takes to win, it's that guy. That was an excellent job by Martinez throughout the entire game, keeping the Seahawks ahead consistently with chunk plays all throughout the game, first, second, third, and fourth quarters. excellent work by Martinez and the Seahawks offense as a whole.
That must have been the best career game for Rocky Martinez. He probably got well over 100 rushing yards on the game. He exemplified ridiculous balance out there. You saw how me and Kavan were going crazy, how he somehow, someway stayed on his feet so many times for this Redondo offense. He is definitely one of their top playmakers going forward. A great day for him and the rest of the Redondo offense. Also, Brady Groh, who we saw make a big splash in the run game. He had that long rushing touchdown. He also got loose a few other times, so he's another guy who the Seahawks could run the ball with. He also showed off his arm talent as well with a couple of passing touchdowns, both of which went to Tyler Harper. Harper, already the Seahawks' top receiver, showed why he is in that position. With his 2 touchdowns, he also had a ton of receiving yards today. Then it was the Seahawks defense. The defense with so much aggressiveness and several big hits they put on this Torrance offense. Also, a big pick 6 for the Seahawk defense.
Absolutely. The Seahawks have been getting big plays all around, and it's really been effective for them. Last year, they relied mostly on star power from a few key players. This time, you can really rely on the whole Seahawks team, and it's been incredible to watch. 2-0 for the Seahawks, and they will look to keep rolling next week. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to Ironclad Sports Network. I'm Kevin Mystery here with Simon Jacobson, signing off. Stay tuned for some replays.
copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the express written consent of Ironclad Digital Media. Ironclad Digital Media would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.